We are not far away from some of the biggest game releases of the year. I mean, personally, I've been waiting for Black Ops 4, Battlefield 5, Tomb Raider, and Spider-Man. But while waiting for these games, I got to thinking, I mean, what other games are there which I can play right now absolutely free? So this video will be going through my free games which I'm going to recommend that you check out, which are absolutely free and also very addictive. At the end of the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel and just means I can keep providing you with great content. The first game on the list that you really need to check out is Warface. Now, Warface is a first-person shooter with kind of an arcade feel to it. I mean, as you can see from the video, every time you shoot an enemy, you're going to see a big red X pop up on the screen to show the damage. And as well as that, every time you kill somebody, the kill counter actually appears in the middle of the screen as well. Warface is a co-op shooter, and therefore there are some co-op missions for you to play through. Now, in the co-op missions, you're going to be dropped in behind enemy lines, and there are a shitload of enemies that you need to fight your way through. There are 4 classes to play as. You got the assault class that carries assault rifles and light machine guns. He also carries a ammunition box as well, so you can replenish your own ammo as well as your teammates' ammo. You've got the medic, which carries a health kit as well as a defibrillator, so if you got a downed teammate, you can actually use the defibrillator to bring him back to life. You've got the engineer that carries additional armor, so you can replenish your own armor as well as your teammates as well. And I didn't really play as a sniper too much, but when I did, I didn't really notice any additional perks apart from being able to headshot an enemy from a distance. Now, if you love the co-op missions but you want something a bit more challenging, you may want to check out the Special Operations missions. Spec Ops is very similar to the standard co-op missions, but it's a hell of a lot more frantic. Every time you kill an enemy, it builds towards a kill multiplier, earning you more points, and there's a hell of a lot more enemies to actually build this up from. You've got things like automated turrets, which will have you and your teammates pinned down. There are a hell of a lot more enemies and a lot of crazy shit for you to do in a game. This is really for someone who wants to test their reflexes and who basically just wants to play something completely crazy. If multiplayer is more what you're after, you're not going to be disappointed because they've got quite a few decent multiplayer game modes to choose from. You've got your basic modes that you find in every game, like Team Deathmatch, Free-for-all, Domination. Then you've got modes which I haven't seen anywhere else, like this one called Destruction, where the objective is to fight over a single command post in the center of the map and call in airstrikes on the command post. Then you got game modes like Storm, where one team defends 3 points on the map and the other team has to attack it. This is basically this game's equivalent to Rush from Battlefield. And of course, like every other game now, it has a Battle Royale mode, which isn't too bad. It's not as frantic as others out there because it doesn't have 100 players. I think it was something like 32 players, but it is the first one that I've played in first person view. Maybe this is a glimpse of what it's going to be like when Black Ops 4 and Battlefield 5 come out. If you're looking for something that's very similar to Call of Duty, the game you need to check out is Sight. Now, at the moment it's still in open beta stage and it's only available on PC, but this game is so much like Modern Warfare 2, it's unbelievable. In fact, while playing this, I just basically took it as a free version of Call of Duty, and that's the best thing about it. It's absolutely free. And I don't mean it's free but you gotta spend loads of money on microtransactions to get better weapons and shit like that. I mean it is absolutely free. Even when it comes to getting weapons, you don't have to spend your own money. Right? You spend the in-game currency, which is actually pretty easy to come by. You earn it by completing matches. At the moment, they're actually giving rewards for every day that you log into play Sight. So when I say rewards, I mean you get stuff like in-game credit, you'll get in-game loot boxes as well, which have like random things like random weapons or armor, stuff like that. And you know, it's absolutely free. I mean, all you've got to do is just, you know, put in a little bit of hard work to grind to get those in-game gain points. But apart from that, you don't even need to touch your wallet. When buying weapons, you've got two options. You can either buy it as a repairable item, which basically means it's yours as long as you keep spending credits to repair it, or you can buy it for a duration like 1 day or a week. It basically means that you don't have to save up all your hard-earned credits to get one gun. If you want to try something new, you can literally rent out a gun for a day, try it out. If you like it, then you can save up your credits and buy it permanently. If you don't like it, no biggie, you haven't spent that much money on it, so you just basically go on to the next gun. The same thing goes for weapon attachments and things like grenades and claymore mine and stuff like that. It basically just gives you more choice on what equipment and what weapons you're going to use in the game without having to commit to spending shitloads of credits on something that you might not even want to keep. The game even has score streaks. Now in this game they're called drones, which are split up into tactical drones and offensive drones. Your tactical drones are things like UAV, counter UAV, machine gun turret, stuff like that. The offensive drones, things like the blade drone, which lets you fire a rocket up into the air and then guide it down to your target. And another good one's the Firefly, which basically lets you throw out a little cluster bomb, and then once you've thrown it, you can guide it to your destination. Now there are 5 multiplayer game modes to choose from in Ironside. The first 2 are pretty much standard in every multiplayer game. You got Team Deathmatch and Search and Destroy. Secure Point is basically this game's version of King of the Hill. Objective is both teams have to fight over a randomly chosen secure point on the map. You get points for standing in the ring to capture it, you get points for killing anybody who's in the ring, you get points for killing people who's trying to take over the ring. It is a lot of fun. It's actually, out of the 5 game modes available, it's my favourite mode so far. Frontlines is a very similar mode. In this game mode there are 2 secure points that need to be captured. One team has to attack it, the other team has to defend it. As one is captured, the other one unlocks. The game is over when both points are either captured or defended. In Resource Takeover, you have to fight against bots as well as enemy players. Now, the objective of the game is you got to kill the bots and they will drop a resource token which both teams are fighting over. Whoever collects the most tokens by the end of the time limit or basically hits the score limit will win the game. Now, the bots range from like low level, easy to kill sentinels to big mechs, so it can be a lot of fun, it can be a bit crazy at times. There are also some standalone missions that can be played, but for me I found more fun in the multiplayer matches. Okay, he's got a sword, does he? Okay. Shame he didn't get to use it. The third game on the list is so impressive that I'm actually wondering why I spent so much money on games like Mass Effect Andromeda and Destiny 2 when I could have been playing this game absolutely free. As for the storyline, is extremely complicated. I'm not even going to go into it because I don't want to butcher it. I mean, there are videos online which will go through like the lore of the game. I tried watching one, I got about 2 minutes into a 22-minute video and said, you know what, life's too short, let me just get back to the game. But even without knowing like the full storyline of the game, it is just so much fun to play. You're basically playing as some kind of a space ninja. I mean, you got swords to slash aliens up with, you got big ass guns to shoot aliens with. You can even use your sword like to deflect bullets like some kind of a friggin' Jedi. I mean, it is just a hell of a lot of fun to play. And the best thing is, it's free. I mean, you do still have microtransactions in the game. I mean, unlike the other games on this list, there are some that actually require real-time money. I mean, to buy like skins and stuff like that. And you know, weapons, you can get better weapons if you want to save up your in-game credits, or you can just go online and just buy the in-game credits. It's really up to you. You can also buy modifications for your character as well, things like the elf shield and speed, basically just making you more of a badass in combat. And the combat runs so slick. I mean, it is literally nothing to switch between your pistol to shoot people down and then straight to the bow to pin them to the wall. It just runs so slick, so smooth, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. Now, I played the PC version of the game with the Xbox One controller. The Xbox One controller has literally been gathering dust on my desk because I just couldn't get on with it. I actually preferred the Xbox 360 controller. But on this game, it's just so easy to control the characters. You can play some of the missions in co-op, like I am in this particular one. But even if you've got no one to play with, it's actually still quite a lot of fun just to play it on your own, which is great. It basically means that you don't have to wait for somebody else to come on to enjoy the experience. And the stunning graphics help to enjoy the experience. Now, like I mentioned before, I am playing the PC version of the game, and I was playing with 4K settings, even though this has been downscaled to 1080p just because my hardware can't handle 4K capture at the moment. But the amount of times my mouth just dropped wide open and I had to say the words, "What? This game is actually for free." I actually lost count because the graphics just look absolutely amazing. Everything from the lighting to the textures, everything is just, it is unbelievable that I'm getting better graphics on this game than some of the games I've actually paid for. As well as the story missions, there's also other things to do, like you've got multiplayer, which I'm absolutely terrible at. They've also got their own version of a horde mode as well, which is like a lot of fun. After every 5 waves, they actually give you the chance to back out because shit just gets more and more crazy after every 5 waves. And this is only what I've discovered so far because I've already played the game for maybe about 4 or 5 hours, but so far I'm actually very impressed. Right, so there you have it. Those are the 3 games that I definitely recommend you getting if you're looking for something free to play while you're waiting for the big games to come out. If you like the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss any of my videos. Thanks for watching.